we got ourselves a little late night recording session here. I've been away from the server for a while, had to take care of some family things and some work things, so Johnny's been cruising along without me. He's got something for us to show down there. You might have already seen it in this episode, but he's also created, I think, some type of game for me. He said he... Oh, that's funny. I didn't put those cobwebs there. I think that's him trying to tell me I've been away for too long. But he left me this book and quill, so let's see what he's got for us. Thanks for your recent purchase. We hope you love Mac as much as we do. Mac paid. Delivery 1 diamond. Install 4 diamonds. Total due 5 diamonds. I don't remember purchasing anything. Please sign and date this invoice and leave in mailbox for mailman. Again, thank you for your purchase and have a nice long life with Mac. Love, Sad. Okay, no extra pages. I just made that one on my own. Mac. I guess Mac is at the top of the stairs? We'll put this here in case anything happens. He said long life. I'm gonna take precautionary measures here and just empty this out. Just in case he's got something goofy planned for me here. Going naked. Alright. Mac. Definitely a PC guy myself, but let's see. Let's turn the music down in case you guys are hearing that. There we go. Alright, AFK lever, golden apples to revive. Oh no. So Mac is something I have to keep alive. Mechanically animated creature. Say hello. Hello, Mac. Your new base mate. We won't bother you much, but he does like to eat. If he doesn't, he starts to get sad and he won't even die. You don't want that, do you? I guess not. Rules. He must be fed at all times. Number 2, he only likes specific foods. Number 3, if he dies, you have a chance to revive him with a golden apple. There is an AFK lever only for being AFK, light off for AFK. Okay, mechanics. I'm feeling nice, so here are some things that might help. If there's only one food type, he won't die, but looks quite sad. Every item controls a part of his face and lasts for a specific period. Baked potatoes last 10 minutes. Controls to... Oh, okay. So you guys can pause the video on each one of these pages, and I'll finish reading for myself to keep him alive. And I guess I now have a pet. It's like Christmas morning, and I got a puppy that I didn't necessarily want. But we'll play along. We'll go for it. Mac, mechanically animated character, right? Creature. All right. Here's the last couple pages. Pause it if you need to. I have to pull the lever to start. You can have up to 5 stacks of each item in. If you put more, he will gag on them and they won't be put in the stomach. Alright. We'll flip back there. So I have the Smook Adoption Department to blame for this one, but hey, we'll keep him alive. We'll do the best we can. And we'll leave it on this page because this tells me what everything's worth. And I guess I'll flick the lever. He's alive. The unfortunate part is I don't have any of these things. The golden carrots are probably what's going to be the easiest to get. Gonna have to get some farmers rolling. Yeah. Proud parents. Guess I'll take a picture with my brand new pet. Cool. Well, I went scrounging through my chest, and I found a couple things to help me get started here with our good buddy Mac. Um, you can see right there, that's a potato, and I think these two, this is a potato, that's a potato. I found 6 potatoes in my chest, so I went ahead and swapped out the wheat for potatoes so that we can start growing those. So that if we get in any dire situation, we just bone meal the crap out of those and get baked potatoes real quick. Went and scrounged my chest and peeked over at a friendly neighbor. I don't know which neighbor that might have delivered this for some gold so that I could have some golden carrots. And then I had 9 steak left over from some work with some good charitable cows that provided their life for the goodwill of Mac. So to start him out, we're going to toss him just these 5 golden carrots. We're going to try and toss him these 5 golden carrots. There we go. And then we'll have 9 steak. And then I already tossed in 2 baked potatoes. So that should give us, that was 5. So that's an hour and 40 minutes for that. 20 minutes for the steak too, so that's another 40 minutes. So that's 3 hours and 20 minutes. Then baked potatoes are 10 minutes, so 3 hours and 40 minutes. Um, so he should stay pretty happy for like the foreseeable future. And if I guess I ever get really desperate, then I can just um, you know go away, go elsewhere, so that it stops counting time on me. That's gonna have to be pretty sneaky, but also um, I have 1 for delivery, 4 for install. So I'll just put paid in full. Can't be. There we go. That's my signature. I'll sign it. Paid. Now I'll put today's date. 11 18 2021. There we go. And the mailman will be by to pick that up, which is unfortunate. Sometimes you make those midnight decisions where you buy something and you completely forget that you bought it. We'll just blame it on that and not the fact that I've been unwillingly given a pet from such a friendly neighbor.
It's time to travel.
Yeah. Take 2.
So, how do we start off this? We're traveling
That's a
to
great start.
an unknown place to you guys. Um, it's not really super planned out for us either. We're sort of just calling it the city right now. Um, but yeah, we have a good idea of what we want to do with it, just not how we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So right now, I planned out the pathway. So here's the start of it, right next to our end portal. And I did a lot of terraforming. Um,
Hold on.
to
Hold on. Let's give a
get this.
recap here. We are leaving what we have come to know as our starter village. So we have spent the first 13 episodes here in the starter village, building up farms, getting ourselves situated to then go exploring. And now we are constructing this path, which Johnny has started to terraform to create like this southern or lower, we'll call it the lower entry to the village. Um, and we're going to go adventure out and find what we can find. Now we've done some pre-exploring. You can go ahead and I'll keep
Okay.
talking. We've done some pre-exploring, so we've laid out a path to this location that we'd like to put the city. Now, Johnny, what's going to go in this city?
So we do have a few farms in our village, but if you know Minecraft, you know there's a lot more farms that you're able to do. So instead of putting them all in one spot, sort of lagging up where we're gonna hang out most of the time, then we want to sort of put out a place where we can just sort of AFK and get a whole bunch of resources and be able to just stack up on stuff pretty easily. So this is the place.
Yeah, so it's going to be a far more industrial looking, but still aesthetically pleasing location where it's not so much focused on the livability, but the functionality that we can essentially, yeah, AFK in one spot and still be able to take advantage of multiple farms that are in the same location, which is very, very nice that you don't have to spend hours upon hours gathering resources or um, yeah, different materials that you need for different projects. Um,
Yeah.
this city will have its own theme um, and its own lore to go along with it, similar to what we've been trying to do with the village. So you'll see its own building style, a little different um, way of maneuvering around. We'll probably add in some new things there, some different modes of transportation, etc. Uh, and this will sort of take up the rest of, I believe, Johnny's time until we get to our next big updated episode 20.
Yeah. Also to sort of add on to that, we've already sort of started the lore. Uh, we touched on it last episode with the Wither fight. Our plan with that was to sort of get a battlefield looking, explosions, keep it nice and random. That way, when we, you know, place a village in there, it looks like a village got exploded. So that will be like the start of the lore, which we'll see here in a second here. But yeah, so we already have some plans for the city. I have a few farms ready to put in there, and sort of a basic outline we'll get into in the rest of this episode. But for now, it's just the end of our trek here. We'll see the valley of the city. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
I should put a gravestone everywhere I died during that wither fight.
I think you already put one. I didn't put the cobblestone there.
Yeah.
So here it is. It is still pretty hilly. We did pick a sort of nice flat area, but there's still a few hills. So I'm thinking that we'll probably just stick to our own terrain. I don't want to make it super flat, but I also don't want it to be this hilly. Want it to sort of feel like a city.
Yeah, I think the idea is that we're gonna sort of level or make it more gradual so that the entire city itself is like a bowl, so that there's still high points and low points. It's just one low point in the middle, and then everything else sort of grows from that point.
Which
Um,
is why we sort of picked this spot because it's surrounded by mountains on all sides.
yeah,
If we were to fly over there, you'd see there's mountains in the far distance there. Um,
I'll help you out.
and
See if I can load it for you.
and as you can see, we have a nether portal here. That actually goes. That's the nether portal that's connected to the gold farm. So one of those farms that we already have up and running. It's automatically connected. We'll probably do a couple more farms there. But yeah,
Yeah.
super cool that we that I guess this nether portal was in such a nice spot.
Yeah, we got super lucky with coming out here to get wood for that farm initially, and then just happened to be a great place to put a new city. So you'll start to see outlines. I think Johnny and I are gonna sort of start to lay out the city, where different farms are gonna go. All these trees will probably disappear at some point, and then we'll start to level the land out. But I think that's enough explaining, huh? We can just get to
Yep.
it.
Let's get to it.
All right. All right, for this episode, I want to wrap some things up here, so that we can move on to some bigger, better projects. So I've planted some carrots and potatoes, as you guys saw, because of lost that carrot because of Mac up there. Still happy, still churning. We're doing okay, but I'm only gonna replant potatoes. And I'm really just trying to get as many potatoes as possible stockpiled so that we don't even have to worry about them. We'll just keep his stomach full. We'll have to make sure that we don't choke him out, but there's some things I need to finish and wrap up so that we can move on to some future projects. So we're going to wrap up the gunpowder farm today, so we'll need some water. We'll need some water, and some blocks, probably some stone stairs. I'll get those in a second. We got to get the gunpowder over to the storage facility over here. So gunpowder farm is tucked away in that cove back around that corner. We're gonna build a canal or an aqueduct to get the items through and into the storage. We've got to get the wool that's underneath that farm down there through underneath that bridge, and that's going to be stored down there on the same level as the church. So we won't get the building built for the wool today, but we'll at least get the wool over there and into a bunch of chests. And then we're going to wrap up, just get a few more librarians down below, and that'll wrap up our episode. So let's jump to it. So that's pretty much all for the episode today. We've gotten quite a lot of work done here with these aqueducts, and I'll just turn around so that we can see sort of all of them from one view. You saw me put in this one from the gunpowder farm and started that one down low for the sugarcane. That all the way over there is also the gunpowder farm, and then the sugarcane actually comes through here directly underneath this path, then right up this tube and into this cliff wall, which looks, I tried to make this look like a tube and like a connection for a pipe that would then go into the side of the mountain. I thought it looked pretty good. And then the sugar cane is coming into this top bay. Oh, the sugarcane is actually coming into here, this bottom bay. Got quite a lot there. Oh, actually, yeah, so the gunpowder will be coming into this bay. But the sugarcane actually does go into the top bay, and then it trickles down into these 3 chests so that I can grab sugarcane, grab gunpowder, and make rockets quickly. But in the end, the sugarcane will actually come through. See these chests here. Anyways, that's that. The other thing that we did that you didn't see in the time lapse is straight through here. You can see way down here at the bottom of the world is this fun tube right here. So I'm trying to start to think about the boat race that we're going to have through these aqueducts. So I'm trying to figure out how to get them through. But right now the wool will actually shoot through this pipe and then drop into here and then continue through up and into where we'll be storing the wool, which will be right here eventually. Right now that pipe just will come up right here, and then it will be funneled into a building that will be positioned right here, sort of nestled into the cove, and will count as a centerpiece to this smaller part of the village. Yeah, so that aqueduct is down there. You can see it through the bridge, or if you jump up on the wall, you can see it down there. Just peeking through. And then, obviously that is still in this secret entrance that we dug into the side of this wall, that you use a hoe to get into. Johnny updated this, and now all we gotta do is throw the hoe, and that'll get back to where it needs to go. And if we do a quick detour down here, you can hear all the sheep and the minecarts running, picking up the wool that the sheeps produce above us, and then dropping it into these chests for now. That will then be spat out down here, which leads to that water stream that you guys saw before. I guess I could have just swam through here, but you get the point. So all of that will be coming in future episodes. The 1.18 is out now, so we've got to do a couple of maintenance things for the server. We'll keep the village as is, but we'll have to upgrade the world. So new cave generation will be generated below, and then our building height will also be increased way up to 320 or whatever. So we'll actually be able to grow large trees on top of our mountain again. And all of the goodies that come with that. So new lush caves, bigger cave generation, such as that. We'll keep this village the same, and we'll keep the industrial city that Johnny's been working on the same. And then everything else on the map will be regenerated. So it's an exciting time. I think it'll still remain an amplified world. But if it does get changed, it's not a huge deal, because with the new terrain generation, that actually produces more of a feel for the world that we were looking for when we decided to play on an amplified world. So if the seed changes slightly and goes to a normal world with just these amplified regions, where we've already been playing, that'll be just fine. We'll just go with the flow and build from there. Next episode, we'll probably be working on this path that I'm flying around and installing some structures here in the broken village. And then here is a little sneak peek at what Johnny has been working on extensively during our downtime. We were sort of waiting for the episode, as well as just got caught up in the holidays. That's why this episode's taken a little bit longer to get out. But this is a big sneak peek for what's to come. So with that being said, thanks for making it to this point in the episode. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel so that you can see when the next episodes come out. Since they're sort of come out whenever I can get them out, it's nice for you to ring that bell. Click the bell and just select all so that anytime I upload, you'll get notified, since I'm not really on a defined schedule. That way you'll know when I post a new video and you might not miss the notification in your feed. With that, thanks for your support. Make sure you leave a comment below and I'll respond to each and every one of you. I appreciate it. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.